Hi all, I'm Dee and welcome to D Code's YouTube channel. So the purpose of this video is that I will be talking about Wipro SVAR. Okay, so the thing is, firstly I would like to congratulate everyone. Let me just keep this in full screen. Okay, firstly I'd like to congratulate everyone who have cleared the first round assessment in Wipro Elite hiring, and then who have got their SVAR round mail. So in this session I'll be talking about this. I'll be explaining each and every section in live, and also I'll be going through each of the sections and giving examples, and you can practice with me. So that is the purpose of this live thing, because I just want you guys to be able to understand everything. Okay, so first let me just set up my chat before getting into this. Okay, so let me just sign into the chat so that I can like talk with you people. Okay, so my chat is set properly. Okay, fine. Now let me just go over here. Okay, so first and foremost thing is that before going into this video, I will be showing my YouTube channel, which is Decodes. So the purpose of this channel is to be useful to others who are all preparing for their interviews, so that they can get to the next steps of their lives. Okay, so I just want to put useful content out there so that it reaches the right people at the right time, so that they can prepare properly. So I upload everything like technical interview experience, HR interview experience, coding questions, asked in like different companies, different rounds, explains like pseudocode codes explain. I've even got a recent video on that. So, and even like the must solve questions that you should practice, previous year questions and everything. So if you are a Python person, so my channel also has Python shorts, and if you are a Java person, my channel also has Java shorts. So I've got a friend with me who also uploads videos, so please do watch those also in the same channel itself, and then please do comment, like, and share it with your friends and subscribe to me. So like I've got a Java course that's going on, but it'll start in English soon. It's in actually Tamil. Okay, so actually let me go into today's session. Let me just see if I've got any kind of queries or anything like that. Okay, Sitaram has asked anyone who have their SVR assessment tomorrow. Yeah, I just wanted to say that if you've got your SVR assessment tomorrow, or if you've already attended it, please do, and you're watching this, please do comment in the chat, so that everyone who's watching this can get benefited from that. Okay, so let me just talk about the SVAR. So actually, when the hiring started, no, the second round was actually a written English test, a communication test, just a essay writing test. But now they have just changed this to SVAR round. So SVAR firstly means structured voice response. Okay, so that is this SVAR round, round 2 of Wipro Elite hiring. So let's just go into this. So people have started receiving their mails and everything. So this is the mail that you usually get. So so you'll be getting the timings and system requirements. Please to go through all of these properly. Okay, and then like set up your system properly and ensure you have the proper system for it. Okay, so this is the mail that you will receive. So I just wanted to give you like a sneak peek of it, and then let me just go over the sections. So you've got like 7 sections in SVAR. It's a pretty long assessment round. So starting with short questions, conversations, read and speak, listen and speak, fill in the blanks, correct the sentence, and free speech. I'll be going over each and everything for you. Okay, so let me just see if I've got anything in the comment box. Okay, so Abhijit, you've got it tomorrow. Watch this session. I'm sure this will be useful for you. Let me just go over. Okay, so these are all the sections that you've got. So you have to attend these sections at a stretch at a single time, and after you complete each section, the next section will just get loaded up. Okay, let me just go over the short questions. Okay, in short questions, firstly they'll give you a information, and information will be like played. Okay, and you have to answer the question. So first of all, an information will be played, and then after that, based on that information, a question will be asked. So that is also going to be played. and you have to answer it in full sentence based on the context with which they are asking this question. Okay, so this is going to be a pretty simple. So the sections, they start from easy and goes on to advanced. Okay, so you will be asked three questions in the short question section. That is the first sections that you have got. So you will have to listen to the given information. Information will be played, it will not be displayed in the screen, it will be played, and then a question will be asked, and that you should also click on the play button, and it will be played, and you have to click on the record button and record the answer that you're going to give. So three such questions. Okay, I just wanted to emphasize on the fact that it's going to be played, not displayed, because you people have the doubts, right? Okay, so these are all the examples questions that they might ask. For example, they will play an information. A student is preparing for an upcoming Java certification exam. And the question will be like, what is the student preparing for? Okay, in that case, you just say, the student is preparing for an upcoming Java certification exam. Okay, so very simple questions you'll be asked actually. So this is one of the examples that I've given. Followed by that, example 2 would be like, a company is planning to launch a new version of its software next month. And the question will be, what is the company planning to do next month? Very simple. You just say the company. So here they've given, a student is preparing for an upcoming Java certification exam. So that is the general information. They're just talking about a student. And then they're asking the question, what is the student preparing for? So you should answer, the student is preparing for the upcoming Java certification exam, like that. Okay, I should not use intern, right? It also goes for this example. A company is planning to launch a new version of its software next month. And what is the company planning to do next month? The company is planning to launch a new version of its software next month. Okay, so this is how this question is going to be. Okay, right, so let me just see if I've got any comments or anything. Okay, so Sujish Sukar has asked, any update about LTI entry HR results? So the thing is, actually I'm still collecting information on that, and if I've got any info, I'll surely upload a video. The thing is, some of the colleges are getting the HR result, and then they're even getting the training schedule, right? So, but some of the people, they don't got it, right? So this is a pretty slow process, and like we'll have to wait for it. So all you can do is wait, but they won't ghost you for sure. Surely they will publish the result, but it might take some like weeks or even a month. You'll have to wait for it. Okay, I hope that answers your question. Okay, so let me just go over it. So I just want you to like read this for a few seconds. Okay, so and then I'll be giving you an example question. Okay, so this is what this round is. Pretty easy round, only three questions, we can just go over it. Okay, okay, fine. So short questions, let me just go over. So I hope you saw this particular slide. Okay, I'll be giving you an information and you have to answer it. Okay, so okay, Mr. Vincent is planning to schedule a meeting this evening. So that is the information. And then the question is, what is Mr. Vincent planning to do? Okay, so I've told you the information and the question, and I just want you to put the answer for it in the comment section. So I just wanted to tell that, so each of these questions, you'll be able to play it only once, not more than that. So make sure you are really mindful and you just listen to it properly, and you should have a lot of practice for it. So one of the website I would really suggest is that there is this PTE exam. So it's like a proficiency test of English, I guess. That is a PTE exam. So there is a ton of websites for it. So you just type PTE exam practice, and you will have many website, and you will have that listening, like tons of audios you can listen to. Okay, so many audios that you can listen to, and then you can just try to understand what they're trying to say, because these audios are going to be played in American English. and that if the sentence is very long, if the information is too much, it's pretty hard to put it in your mind, right? So that's why I just want you to be practiced. Okay, so if you can practice properly, then it will be really easy for you to understand it. Okay, so these are the short questions. I hope this was understandable for you. I've explained you everything about the short questions. Only 3 questions, very basic level of questions. Okay, so I've given you 2 examples, and then I've even gave you a practice thing. Okay, so if this is really useful for you, please do give me a subscription and watch it till the end. Okay. Okay, so and share it with your friends who are also uh, be going to getting the Wipro SVAR round in the next few days. Okay. Now the next thing is actually conversation. So in this conversation, you will hear a description of a situation. Okay, the thing is, this is also going to be a listening now. So you will hear a description of a situation. First thing that, and then following the particular description, you will hear a conversation dialogue. Okay, a conversation dialogue that will also be played, and you have to listen to the dialogue and provide appropriate response to that. The thing is, dialogue is going to be happening between 2 people, for example, student, teacher, customer, salesperson, like that. So you will be one of the person. So student, teacher, and then as a student, what you will reply. Customer, salesperson, as a customer, what you would reply. Questions like that. Okay, so the first thing is description of the situation, followed by the description. A conversation dialogue will be played, and a question will be asked. Like based on that, you will have to answer it, give a appropriate response. Okay, let me just give you an example for this. Okay, before that, let me just see if I've got any questions or queries. So after clearing, Ajay Vandrasi has asked, after clearing SVAR round, will technical and HR round will be on same day? Actually, no. So after you finish your SVAR round, so you'll be getting a mail whether you got like cleared that particular round or not, and then only in the later days you will be getting a mail for the technical and HR. Not everything on the same day. Okay. And then someone has asked, when can we get all previous questions of voice assessment? Already said didn't get any previous papers. Actually, I think like previous papers, I'll try to make a video on that. So the previous papers. So the thing is, with regards to this communication assessment, all of this listening, speaking, reading, and things like that, like there's not going to be much communication, previous year communication papers. The reason is that they might not have put it around, but I've told you a useful website which is PTE English. So you can just type, so I'll just give it in this to you in the chat section. You can just type PTE exam practice. So I'll just put it around. So just type this in Google, and then you will be getting. So this is the prompt you'll be have to be giving PT exam practice. Okay, type this in Google and you'll be getting tons of websites which has listening audios and all of the questions, all of the kinds of questions are usually asked in the communication round. Okay, so with respect to this round, you'll have to focus on improving your listening skills, because that is really important, right? So I hope this question answered this answer, like I hope this answered your question. I'm sorry. Okay, so Simran Das has asked, can you please tell me, fill in the blanks and correct the sentence section which will display on the screen, or there will be a voice record because in the mail description, the description about the section. So they mention that I have to mention the answer or fill in the blanks in full sentence. This suggestion question will be in record from, they won't give options. Okay, so for fill in the blanks, they won't be giving any options. You're not going to get any options. So and then that I have to mention the full sentence to the suggestion question will be in record. So okay, actually fill in the blanks and sentence correction. Okay, so when I go to the section, I'll be surely answering you. Please do wait and watch, Simran. Okay, welcome PR. Okay, give more questions on fill in the blanks. Okay, I'll make sure to give more questions on it. And Gunashri has asked how to clear SVAR round. So please do watch this session fully, Gunashri, because I'll be explaining you the sections, the examples that you need to follow and everything, so that when this gets over, this will be useful for you. Monisha has said that you've got your assessment at 10 a.m. Please do it fastly. Okay, I'm trying my best here. I just have to reply to everyone's queries and go on with it. I'll make sure to do it fastly. Okay, so okay, so let me just okay. Gunesh is also for the reading and speaking it's easy, but for listening it's too hard. As the accent is on. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because their accent is American. They're going to be giving an American accent, and that is pretty hard to understand, because especially if they've given you like pretty long sentences, it is going to be difficult. So that's why I just want you to practice this PT exam. Okay, you will get tons of audios on that. So please do go and practice after the session. Okay. So Monisha has asked, please suggest any website to practice fill in the blanks and correct the sentence. Okay, okay, towards the end of the session, I'll put the website which you can practice. I've got okay. Okay, let me just go over this. Okay, so I was talking about this particular conversation thing, right? So, first of all, a situation description. So, you hear about a student, so this will be played. You hear about a student who missed an important exam due to illness. The student is worried about the impact this will have on their grades. So, this will be actually played, and then in the dialogue between the student and the teacher, the student will first talk. I missed the exam. I missed the exam last week because I was sick. What should I do now? And the teacher replies, you should contact the administration and explain your situation. They may allow you to take a makeup exam. This is pretty long, right? So you'll have to be, only if you have a lot of practice, you can do this. And your appropriate response as a student would be, you could say, so thank you for the advice. I'll get in touch with the administration right away and see if they can help me schedule a makeup exam. So you've got the information, everything in the teacher's response. You'll just have to like form a proper response, a proper reply, form a sentence, and just say it. Okay. So yeah, this is I have got an example scenario. Please do practice this with me. Okay, let me just take it. Okay, so okay, please give me a minute. I've got it. Okay, so a situation description would be okay. So here is a mom and daughter, and they are talking about choosing a college for the daughter. Okay, so let me just put the description like this. So a mother and a daughter are talking about choosing a college for the daughter so that she can pursue her interests properly and get ahead in her life. Okay, so here's the dialogue. The mom says, so daughter, please do put a pros and cons table so that you can understand which you want to choose. Okay, and the daughter replies like, oh, okay mother, but I don't really know in which my interest lies in. So could you please help me with it so that I can do it? Okay, as a mother, what would be your response? You can say like, okay, so I'll make sure to put up a plan for you so that you can put up a pros and cons table and then choose the career that you want to pursue. Additionally, I'll also be helping you with shortlisting the college that we've got. So you can talk like this. Okay, so make sure to listen properly. Okay, and then practice scenario. Okay, let me just go over it. Yeah, this is the practice scenario too, and this is the response that you can come up with. Let me just see if you've got any other queries. Okay, so Modeep has asked, ma'am, is there a sectional cutoff in the SVAR assessment? Yes, actually, there is a sectional cutoff. For each of these sections, they'll be assessing your listening skills, how do you answer properly, and then like in the fill in the blanks in the correct sentence, they'll be seeing how many questions you've got right. So it has sectional cutoff. Okay, is it an elimination round? Chirag has asked. Yes, this is an elimination round actually. So you'll have to be pretty prepared for it. And Raj has asked, any idea how many people have reached the SVAR round? Actually, I'm still doing a research on that. So um, maybe like so if like 100% of them has attended the online assessment, 60% of them, like 70% of them have reached the SVAR round. Okay, so the SVAR round, you can expect that kind of level. So people who have attended the online assessment, within days itself they've received the SVAR round mail. So I just want you to tell that. I hope that answers your question, Raj. And Jammu has asked, is there any timing for fill in the blank section? Actually, every section is timed. So for the fill in the blank sections, okay, so overall, so you've got like seven sections, right? Okay, so you'll be getting some seconds. So in the fill in the blank sections, for example, if you've got like 10 questions, that will be timed. You'll be getting at least 10 minutes. But do not worry, okay? So whatever the timing is, it will be easy for you to answer it. Okay, so it is answerable under that particular timing. Okay, now let me move on. Okay, so we've done it. Now it is read and speak. Okay, so read and speak is like a sentence will be displayed on the screen which you have to read out loud. Okay, so only in this section it is going to be displayed on the screen. You'll have to read from that, study from that, and read out loud. So for each sentence you'll be given 12 seconds. So once you've read the sentence, you can click on the submit button and you can move on to the next sentence. There are 12 questions in this sections actually. Okay, so this is actually timed. For each sentence you've got like 12 seconds, right? So I hope this was understandable. It will be displayed and you have to read from that. Okay, so some of the practice sections would be, so practice with me, you people. I've got like 5 sentences for you. You can just see this and practice. Okay, so I'll be reading along with you. Let me just go over it. The new project requires collaboration between the marketing and engineering teams. Okay, so when you're trying to pronounce it, you just do, it is not mandatory to use any accent, but if you use accents, it will really stand out for you. Okay, so you can say like, so minor changes you can make. The new project requires collaboration between the marketing and the engineering teams. Okay, the second sentence, the company aims to increase its market share by introducing innovative products. Right, so it's all in the pronunciation and your throat voice. So when you would normally say project, right? Project, but you can say project, project, right? So this would give an extra edge for you. So this is just a suggestion. So using this or not is your interest. I just wanted to put it out there. Okay, so the third sentence, effective communication is key to the success of any team-oriented task. Okay, and the fourth section would be, the training program will begin next Monday and last for 2 weeks. Okay, so when you're pronouncing program, program, so you would normally say program, program, right? So it's program. Okay, so when you're saying P, you'll have to push add through your lips. P. So normally you will say P, program, but it's actually program. So push add through your lips so that you can get that kind of a pronunciation skill. Okay, the fifth one would be, customer feedback plays a crucial role in improving our services. Okay, I hope this was easier for you. So the customer, so you would normally say, I'll give you an easy tip. Okay, P, T, B, D. So all of these letters, normally we would say P, T, B, D. Okay, normally we'll be saying it with a hard accent. That is our Indian accent. But if you want to have a different kind of communication fluency, you can say P, P. You can simply push out through your lips. P, B, D, So when you're pronouncing D, you have to push add through it. D and T. T. Okay. I hope this was this answered your queries, or like this was useful for you. Let's just go. And then you've got like listen and speak. Okay, so this is similar to read and speak. Before this, let me just see if you've got any questions in the comment box. Okay, so let me just see. Okay, is there any timing for fill in the blank sections? Yes, we'll be having time. I already answered that. Raj has asked, does Wipro reject that pre-skill training? Okay, so during trainings and all, they won't reject you. So the thing is, so if you've done your training well, they'll put you in projects. If you've not done your training well, then they'll put you back in the training. That's usually what happens, to my knowledge. But I'll make sure to research properly and put even like a short video for it, shorts or something like that, so that you can get the information from this. So Ajay has asked, is it if we answer is it okay if we answer in our accent while answering? Yeah, that is perfectly fine. But if you feel like you want to uh, stand out of the crowd, speak differently, you can definitely use this accent, which I've told you. But that takes time to practice, So that is just for you people to know. Even this can be a starting point for you, right? So that is what I wanted to tell. What would be time for each section? So yes, I'm talking about the time for each sections. For short questions, 3 questions, 3 seconds each of these. So each of these questions are timed. You'll be getting 3 seconds, not the entire section. Okay, so for short questions it will be like that. For conversation, you'll be getting some seconds to answer, actually 15 seconds, 20 seconds. So each of these questions will be timed. Okay, not the section exactly. So based on the number of questions in a section, that section is going to be timed like that. So for fill in the so for read and listen and speak, read and speak, 12 questions, 12 seconds, right? So like that. And then let me see. Gunashri has asked, what if I cannot understand accent and speak different to what Bob said? Like not spoke the statement correctly. Some mistakes are in sentence. If this kinds of mistake, repeat then. Okay, so you are asking, if you like, what if you don't understand the accent and you don't give the expected answer, you don't give the right answer, spoke the statement correctly. Some mistakes, like if you make some mistakes, yeah. So if you make some mistakes, like some mistakes can be like, you know, some mistakes, they will even ignore it, but don't try to make too much mistakes. Okay, don't like that is where it is. Like if you have not got enough practice, no, definitely you'll be making mistakes. Please keep it as your starting point and practice regularly. So like if you've got your section in the upcoming days, if you've got time, use as much time to prepare for it. That's all I would say. You'll have to be prepared, because only preparation, having listened to tons of audios and practicing your fluency, communication skills, only that will help. Okay, so Gunashri, I request you, please do practice. Okay, and even I'll put another video for questions, different kinds of questions. Please do make use of PTE exam practice website. Okay. Okay, and then we've got like, how much would be the selection rate? Like how much accuracy I have to make so that if some of my answers are wrong, also still I can get selected. Okay, the thing is actually, um, okay, so for each, so please don't try to make, so first of all, your mindset should be like 1 or 2 mistakes is okay. Don't keep your mindset like that. So if you keep your mindset like that, you'll be making 3 to 4 mistakes, right? So have your mindset like, I should not make any mistakes. So only then you'll be making like 1 to 2 mistakes. This is what I usually do. So only if you have that mindset, you will be like going away with only 1 or 2 mistakes. Okay, so have your mindset that you should not make any questions wrong. So answering your questions, you can make 1 or 2 mistakes, that that will still, you'll still be under the cutoff. So don't make too much mistakes. Okay, how will be the elimination? Is it considering both aptitude and SVR for next one? So actually based on SVAR. So based on aptitude, you've got selected to SVAR. So based on SVAR, you'll be selected to the next round. Okay, let me see. That I hope that answered your question, Sandeep Kumar. Aniket has asked, hello ma'am, any idea about after the LTI mentor HR audit? How many days for the reply can we expect? So it will take a long time. Some colleges are receiving their mails and everything, but some colleges they're not receiving it. Some people, so all we can do is wait. And also LTI Mindtree, they've even started. LTI Mindtree, they've even started like hiring for 2025 batch, like 2024 rounds are not even completed and they've started for 2025 batch on September 5. LTI Mindtree is hiring for 2025 batch. So we cannot expect anything. I'll make sure to do proper research and put a video on that. Okay. And then Chirananda Kumar has asked, is SVAR elimination round? And Sanchit has also asked that yes, SVAR is an elimination round. Okay, I hope that answered your question. Let me just go over to the actual section. Okay, listen and speak. A sentence will be played. Okay, very simple. Listen and speak. A sentence will be played for you, and you'll have to repeat the sentence. You'll have to listen to it and repeat. So so even if you take, okay, let me just start. Even short questions, no, you will answer this correctly. Okay, short questions, very easy. Conversations, you will have to do some practice on this, because if the conversation the description might be long, so that you might not be able to understand it. Please do practice on conversations. Read and speak, very easy. You can just read it and speak it, right? So you won't make any much mistakes on that. Listen and speak. So listen and speak. So 12 questions, starting with the starting question till the end question. Starting question will be pretty small, the ending question will be pretty long. Okay, so even if you make some mistakes in the ending questions, no, pretty long questions, they don't really consider it, so don't worry too much. Just practice. Fill in the blanks, correct the sentence, and all of these sections, like practice basic grammar and everything, and you can answer it. I just wanted to tell that conversations and listen and speak, you will have to prepare properly, because that involves listening, and we might not be able to understand the English accent. Okay. Okay, so now let me just go over. Okay, listen and speak. So basically, a sentence will be played, which you have to repeat as it is. You'll be given 12 seconds to repeat these sentences. Okay, 9 questions, 12 seconds. Right. So once you have spoken, you can click on the submit button and you can just move on. Okay, so let me just take up the questions for you so that I can read it out aloud. Okay, okay. Okay, so listen and speak. I'll be reading you 5 sentences, like 7 sentences. Please do listen to it and put it in the chat below. Practice with me, you people. So let me just come over and see. Let me just see. Okay, where I left off. Okay, Monisha has asked, will they ask synonym and antonym for vocabulary section? Yes, chances of forgetting synonym and antonym are high. Yes, they'll ask. And then Abhinay Kumar has asked, is it is an elimination round? Yes, it is. Okay, Learn and Earn has asked UST global placements. Yes, yes, I've been getting queries for that. I'll put a video on that, UST global placements. Okay, it's pretty easy to prepare. Do not worry. I'll be putting a video on that. Okay, when will we get onboarding once selected in Wipro Elite hiring? Okay, so it might take a month even to complete all of these rounds for everyone. So it's September already. So towards September end, let's say everyone has completed, and towards like October, November, you might get the further updates and the onboarding. Okay. Okay, Prashu has asked, no matter how much good mic I use, still I get breathing noises. Will it affect in any way? Yeah, I understand your question actually. No matter how much good mic you might be using, you might be getting that. The thing is, actually, don't worry about the breathing noise, because like 4 to 5 years back when I used to attend these rounds, I used to face these. So no matter, so I always used wired mic, because that is the best. So wired mic is the fastest, that is the best. I never used Bluetooth, so I still got breathing noises even with a good quality mic. So like they don't consider that. Okay, they don't really consider that. So your audio will be going to them properly, so don't worry about that. Okay. And then someone has asked, said, learner has said, doing great work, continue doing the same. Thank you so much for your appreciation. I'll make sure I'll be continuing this one. Thank you so much. Sakshi has said, can we use Bluetooth earphones? So, sorry, I would actually suggest you not to use Bluetooth earphones. So, for attending interviews, just buy wired earphones, basic wired earphones, available in Amazon. Okay, so that is what I suggest to candidates. Just buy one separately. Sometimes they don't allow Bluetooth earphones, and there might be some problems also. Please don't use this. In order on safer side, to be on safer side, you can use Bluetooth like wired earphones. Okay, can we give SVAR without earphone? Actually, I would not suggest for you to give SVAR without earphone, because your desktop, it's not going to capture your voice that good. Okay, so if you got like a personal wired earphone and a mic with it, that is going to catch your voice and put it properly. You can get cheap earphones, cheap wired earphones. That itself is enough. That itself will do the job for you. Please don't give this SVR without earphone. Okay, that is my kind request. Monisha has asked, is it compulsory to use earphone or headphones? Yes, actually, you can just use wired headset. Okay, I hope that answers your question. It is not compulsory, but I would suggest you to use wired headset. Okay, wired headset, because you don't want to take any chances, really, right? So that is what I'm trying to say. Abhishek has asked, hi Akka, Hexaware September 10, tell me tips to crack interview. Okay, okay, Abhishek, on September 10. Okay, okay, Abhishek, I've already got pretty few videos on that, on cracking. Like, I've only got previous year questions. I'll make sure to put a cracking interview video, and I'll be sharing the this year's Hexaware questions with you also. Okay, I hope that answered your question. Okay, I just wanted to tell you, so we are seeing the listen and speak, right? Listen and speak. I'll be reading you some sentences. I will be reading you some sentences. Please do listen to it, and then you can like just put it in the comment chat. Okay, Ritik has said, love you, ma'am, big fan. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate it a lot. So I hope this was like very useful for you. Thank you so much. Sakshi has said, for short answer, we should give in one word answers, or should we repeat the complete question? Yeah, okay. Okay, let me go over it one more time. Okay, for short questions, you will have to give full sentence, not one word. You will have to give full sentence based on the context. Full sentence. Okay, I hope that answers your question. So here is an example for it. Okay, so if they're going to give you the information, a student is preparing for an upcoming Java certification exam. What is the student preparing for? The student is preparing for an upcoming Java certification exam. The full sentence. I hope that answered your question, Sakshi. Okay. Abhishek said thank you. Okay, welcome, Abhishek. So please do be tuned with my channel. I'll be definitely uploading a video on that. Okay. Okay, now let me just read the questions, you guys. Okay. 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 The first question. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Only one chance for you people. I just want you to comment in the chat. Okay. Let me go over to the second one. She sells seashells by the seashore. Okay. I hope that was understandable for you. Two sentences. I just want to see you if you can listen to it and answer. Third sentence. Can you please pass me the salts? Okay. Let me go to the fourth sentence. He decided to take a walk in the park after dinner. Okay, let me just go over to the next sentence. The meeting has been rescheduled to next Tuesday. Okay, I've read 5 sentences so far. Let me just see in the chat section if I've got any answer for that. Okay, Pressure has said the quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog. Amazing. Yes, that is right. Expecting onboarding for this Wipro Elite if once selected. You can expect onboarding. um, First of all, I'll have to do some research on that because I don't want you to give you any wrong info. But you can expect this in actually October, November, during that period of time. Let me just sorry, let me just research and put a video on that also. Okay, let me actually repeat each sentences so that you can listen and answer. So for each sentence, I'll just coming over the comment chat. Okay, the first thing, the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Okay, let me just see the comment. Okay, second sentence, she sells seashells by the seashore. Okay, let me just see the comment box. So Puram has asked, is this elimination round? Yes, it is an elimination round. Yes, actually. Okay, let me just go to the next sentence. Can you please pass me the salt? Okay, fourth one. He decided to take a walk in the park after dinner. Okay. Followed by that, the meeting has been rescheduled to next Tuesday. Okay. Okay. Let me just come over the comment section and see if you people have answered it. Yeah, very amazing work, Prashu. She sells seashells in the seashore. Actually, I told she sells seashells by the seashore. And then, okay, that's good, but it's by the seashore. Can you please pass me the salt? Yes, that's right. Deep Dutta has said, can you please pass me the salt? Yes, that's right. Okay, amazing, guys. So you'll be getting basic sentences followed by that long sentences. Now I'll be reading some long sentences. Please try to listen to it and let me see if you can answer it. Okay, now let me just read it. Okay, this is the first long sentence. Let me just read this one up. Despite the heavy rain and strong winds, the dedicated volunteers continued their work to clean up the park and restore it for the community's enjoyment. Don't replay this, don't pause and play it again. I just want you to do this in one go. So let me just read it again. Um, Despite the heavy rain and strong winds, the dedicated volunteers continued their work to clean up the park and restore it for the community's enjoyment. Okay? I'm sorry. Nice, Deep Dutta. The meeting has been rescheduled to the next Tuesday. Nice, Sakshi. Very good, amazing. So if you can read, listen and answer it here, you can definitely do it there also. Kushmeta has asked, LTI Mindtree result. Yeah, LTI Mindtree HR result, actually it will take some time. There is no definitive answer for it. Some have received it, some have not. I'll make sure to research on the topic and put a video on that for you people. Okay. Okay, so now let me just read the next sentence. Okay, after several years of research and countless equipments, sorry, okay, let me just start over. After several years of research and countless experiments, the scientists finally made a groundbreaking discovery that could revolutionize the way we approach renewable energy. Just try, guys. Okay. I'm sorry. You can just give it a try. Let's see. So, okay. So when I read it, despite the heavy winds and strong rain, the dedicated wonders to clean. Yeah, I can understand. Okay, uh, like like it'll be so fast and long. You might not be able to like you'll definitely forget it. So that is okay actually. For one or two questions you can do that mistake. For for safer side you can do that, but please don't. But like for simple questions, please try to answer it. Okay. So um okay, Prashu has also told that he forgot it. Okay, I can understand. Please do practice, you guys. Please don't make too much mistakes. First and foremost, I would not suggest you to do mistakes. To be on safer side, you can do one or two, one at the minimum, but don't try to do mistakes. Always practice a lot. Um, will they give long sentences to listen and repeat? Yes, Sakshi, actually, 12 sentences, right? So it will start with basic sentences, short sentences, medium, and then long. So, like, last two questions can be long. So, I just want you to be prepared for that also. And then Danush Kumar has asked, Hexaware second round conducted. Okay, so for Hexaware, you've got group discussion. We'll be receiving mail for that. In the upcoming 4 or 5 days, we'll be having that. This is the elimination round, Mohammed FN. Yes, this is it is. Bluetooth headphones in SVAR test, please. So first point, they would have mentioned it in the mail already. What kind of things to use, Bluetooth or not? For some like Verson test and all, it doesn't allow Bluetooth headphones. For Wipro, we don't know what platform it uses, right? It is metal or anything. So I would not suggest Bluetooth headphones because it might not get detected also. I just want you to be prepared with wired headphones. If you've not got it and if the ground is tomorrow, at least try to borrow it from your friends or family or anything. So please do have a wired headphones. One suggestion again, so just buy one wired headphone, a cheaper one, for the interview purpose, communication test, and keep it aside. Use that only for that purpose. Okay. Okay, let me just go over to the next one. Okay, so and then we've got fill in the blanks question, 3 grammar and 5 vocabulary related questions, just 8 questions. So these are all fill in the blanks questions. Okay, you need to answer it in a complete sentence. Okay, you people got questions on fill in the blanks and correct the sentence, right? 3 grammar and 5 vocabulary related questions. You will have to answer it in a complete sentence. You will not receive any options for it. Okay. So but for practice purpose, I've given you some options so that you can learn something from this. But in the actual exam, please be reminded, guys, you won't get any option and you have to answer it in a complete sentence. Okay. So we've got 8 questions, right? You will get like 10 minutes for this question. Okay. 8 to 10 minutes, mostly 10 minutes. So 10 minutes will be the time for you to answer. Okay. Okay. She dashed to the gym every day, every morning before work. Okay, let me just explain this one for you. Okay, so if they've given something like this, they would have given the fill in the blank question like this, right? So while answering, you'll have to type it out as a full sentence. Okay, so I've given you option here, but you will have to type it in a full sentence. Okay, let me just go over this one particularly. Okay. So actually, they've given the verb to be go. So they will be giving this particular thing. So you can expect the format question to be like this. Right, okay, let me just put this one down, and then for better visibility, let me just increase this to like 3. Okay, fine. Okay, so if you see this question, she dashed to the gym every morning before work. So every morning, it's actually a habitual action, right? It's a habitual action. And the rule of simple present is that for habitual actions, for universal truths, and things like these, universal truths, proverbs, habitual actions, let me just write it down. So, proverbs, habitual actions, universal truth. You've got some universal truth, right? Right, the sun rises in the east, like that. So, for all of those things, you need to use simple present. Okay, just remember this. So the verb, you have to use the verb go. So the present, you'll have to look at the present form of go. So actually, it is verb plus like normally verb plus es or without anything, verb plus s or without anything. So that is the this thing. So the verb is actually go, right? Plus you can either use goes or just go. So you, for that you'll have to look at the noun here. This is actually, she is actually singular. For singular you'll have to use es to the verb. So it's actually she goes. She goes to the gym every morning before work. Okay, so this is first question. Okay, then we've got a question like this: if I dash you, I would take the job offer. And this is actually if clause. So for if clause there are 12 rules. Okay, so this is one of the rule, like if I dash you, I would take the job offer. You can use if I, the most relevant option is if I were you. So it's actually be form of verb actually. So you can, so be form or actually is or was, were, have, has, had, these are all be forms. Okay, we have be form, do form, have form, right? Three kinds of verbs. Do form is actually do, does, did. Let me just write it. We've got do form of verb, which is actually do, does, did. Be form of verb, and that is actually is, are, was, were. Okay, and then we've got like have form of verb, and that is actually have, has, and had. Right, so they are asking you to use be form verbs. So in be form you have is, are, was, were. So you need to know which one should I use. There are four of these things. Very simple. You have to look at two things. You have to look at the verb that is used in this sentence. I would take. Would is actually past form of will. Second, V2 form. Will, would. It's actually V2 form, right? So, or past. So definitely you'll have to use past. So out of these, was and were are past. So you have navigated, you have to use past. So was or were. So here you can use was or were. If I was you. So the most appropriate thing, even though I is a singular thing here, you will have to use were. That is the actually rule with English. If I were you. If I were you, I would take the job offer. Okay. Okay, let me just go over this. They dashed the project by the time the deadline arrived. Okay. Let me just say, they have given finish. But you need to know which tense you have to use. Simple present, simple past, simple future, present continuous, past continuous, future continuous, present perfect, past perfect, so much of thing. Okay, let me just put this one up. By the time. So this by the time is actually a keyword. You can get to know which tense to use based on the keyword in this particular sentence. I told you every morning it's actually a habitual action, or proverbs or truth you need to use simple present. By the time. So by the time is the keyword for past perfect. So past perfect. Okay. So for past perfect we've got had. So singular noun or plural noun, you have to use had. So had plus V3. So you have to use had finished. V3 is finished. So the answer is they had finished the project by the time the deadline arrived. Okay. The reason why you need to use had is because it's the by the time. Okay. I hope this was easier for you. I can even put a separate session talking about the grammar questions, tense questions and everything. Okay. If you want that, please do mention in the chat section. Now we've got vocabulary question. So I just want you to be informed that vocabulary section, you will not receive any option. This is vocabulary. This is just fill in the blanks and you have to reply in full sentence. You will have to type it out. You'll be getting 5 questions and totally 10 minutes or so. Okay, let me just come up and read the comment. Let me just see where I went. Okay, Irfan has asked. Okay, Shiva has asked, listening and speaking round is easy or hard? Actually, listening and speaking round, you'll have easy question, medium and hard question. So overall, medium, it's medium. I would not say it's easy or hard. It's actually medium. Okay. Listening. Okay, let me just Puram has is grammar and vocabulary. How much time is given for each question? So I don't think they'll be giving timing for each question. I'll have to look on that actually. But the total section time will be like 10, 10 minutes. Okay. Let me just look over that. Passing score or percentage in the SVAR assessment. Okay, I've not done any kind of research on that. I'll have to look into it. Okay, let me just say. Pranav has said any tools that we can use to show the saying words in text. Okay, actually, any actually you can't do that because that is the particular platform. It will be AI enabled platform. So if you're trying to plug anything or trying to use anything, it will definitely detect it. So don't go for such option. Practice this and you can go on and solve it. Okay, Pranav, I hope that answered your question. Ma'am, is your name Bindu? Vinay has asked. So my name is actually Deed. That is my name. Okay, Monisha, give more examples. Okay, Monisha, I'll try to give more example. Um, I'll even try to come on live in the upcoming days with more examples, and I'll put a video on that also. Okay. If you've got Telegram group, kindly send the link. Mohammed Irfan has asked. Okay, Irfan, I've not got any Telegram group so far, but so there is a need for that. Seems like that. So I'll create one, and so that we can all discuss and like try to create crack this particular round. Can we attend SVR round without headphones? I would not suggest. First of all, I want you to read the mail correctly because they might have mentioned something about that in the mail, and then you can. I'll always suggest to use headphones, not the fancy headphones. That is not needed. You can just use wired headset. Okay, that is just enough. What's the entire test duration? Entire test duration. Let's just see. Let me just see the entire test duration. Short questions, three questions, right? Let's just take like 5 minutes or so. Conversations, conversations. There's no idea. They've not mentioned about any number of questions. It might take like 15 to 20 minutes. So the overall, this might be about 45 to 50 minutes. No, that is the usual duration. Okay. Which selection is hard in this assignment? Which section is hard? I would say for some people, listening can be hard. The conversation section and listen and speak, you might feel some difficulty because it is an American accent. And if you're not really thorough with tense, vocabulary, grammar, you might like what is that? Let me just you might feel like the fill in the blanks is pretty hard because they're not giving you options also and the correct the sentence. So if like hardness or not, that particularly depends on each person's level of preparation, right? So if someone is not thorough with English grammar, they might feel fill in the blanks is difficult for them. If they can't listen, like if they're not equipped with the knowledge to listen the American accent, that they might feel that wrong, difficult. But I can assure you that everyone might feel difficult with listen and speak towards the end because they will be giving you long sentences, right? So that might be difficult, and conversations, if it is long also, that might get difficult. So yes. Chirag has asked, will they ask verbally or we can see the questions written on screen for fill in the blank sections? Yeah, you can see it on the screen for fill in the blanks. So it will be displayed. Okay. I hope that answered your question. Puram has asked, yeah, the same question. It will be displayed on the screen, guys. Don't worry. Okay. Okay. Let me just go over the fill in the blanks quickly. Okay. The professor gave a detailed dash of the concept during the lecture. Okay. So these are all the options, but you might not get any options for it. So you might get like basic questions like this. You can expect synonym and antonym, but I just want to solve this for you. I'll be putting a video separately for fill in the blanks questions. Okay. because I feel like you might struggle with it, especially English is pretty hard, and you'll have to be in touch with it constantly to answer everything. Plus, don't worry, I'll be putting a video on this. This is just an example question. You might not get questions exactly like this, but you can expect for vocabulary, synonym and antonym, idioms and phrases, both of these, like synonym, antonym, idiom and phrases. So you can prepare idioms and phrases like cloud nine. Cloud nine means you're really happy. And then you can prepare like it is a walk in the park for me, which means it's really easy for you. It's a cakewalk for me, like that. So I'll be putting a separate video on that. And the professor gave a detailed dash of the concept during the lecture. The answer for this I just wanted to put in the chat. The answer for this is actually, is it excuse? No, they are not going to give you excuse. Explanation, that suits. This can be the answer. Detailed example of the concept during the lecture. This can also come, but explanation is closer, not expression. So the answer is explanation. The sudden drop in temperature was dashed by the meteorologists. Sudden, right? So it is actually unavoidable. Okay. It's not underestimated, unexpected, unreliable. Okay. I told you the answer was unavoidable and unexpected. So this is just fill in the blanks. You will not get any options. Okay, so don't get misguided by this. I just want you to be informed that you will not get any options, but this is just for practice. So the sudden drop in temperature was dashed by the meteorologists. So meteorologists actually they anticipate they forecast, right? So it's actually unexpected if you really think about it. It's actually unexpected of them. They did not forecast such thing. Followed by this, she is known for her dash when it comes to learning new languages. So she is learning new languages. So the answer for this is actually enthusiasm, not indifference. Indifference means not showing any interest. Hesitation means hesitating, like having some kind of resistance. Anxiety, no. It is enthusiasm. The artist's work was praised for its and dash and attention to detail. Okay, excuse me. Okay, so the answer for this would be the artist's work was praised for its dash and attention to detail. It was praised for its elegance. So chaos means confusion, so no one praises chaos. Simplicity means no one praises simplicity too. And then exaggeration, no. So it's actually elegance. Okay, next question. His presentation was filled with dash that illustrated his points clearly. So it's actually examples, not criticism, questions, or opinions, because example illustrates the points clearly, right? Okay, let me just answer some questions. Okay, Yogesh has asked in Excel how much this delay between first round and second round in 2024. So some of these colleges have I've heard that one of the college 29th was the first round. They received the result on 30th itself, and they've got the group discussion scheduled on September 5 itself. So you can expect it like that, only a few days. Ma'am, is there a time limit for answering short questions? For short questions, actually, yes, there will be a time limit. Just like for read and speak, listen and speak, short questions also, there will be a time limit. I hope that answered your question. Okay. Next, we've got correct the sentence. 3 grammar related correct the sentence type questions to be answered in a complete sentence. So no options for you. You will have to answer this in a complete sentence. It will be displayed. And you will have to type it out. Okay. You have to answer it in a complete sentence. 3 grammar related correct the sentence type questions. Okay, I've given you 3 example sentences. Try to answer this. I want answer for all of these 3 questions, guys, in the comment chat. She don't likes to play basketball. I have went to the store yesterday. The team are playing very well this season. So I just want you to answer the correct answer for each of these sentences. Okay. So let me just wait for a few seconds. Only one more section left, and then we can conclude this session. Okay, please look at these sentences and try to correct and put it in the comment chat, please. So Chirag has asked approximately what percentage of students eliminated from first round of Wipro Light hiring. Um, Approximately 20 to 30% according to my guess. 20 to 40% even. So is SVAR elimination round? Yes, it is, Abhishek. Is there a time limit for answering short question? I already answered that. Is this exam conducted by SHL? So, are you sure that they will display the question? Okay. Vishal has asked, is the exam conducted by SHL? Okay, SHL. Okay, I'll have to look into that. Actually, let me just go, or I'll put a separate video on that. Okay, all of these questions for Wipro, for the timing, will it be displayed, who conducts it, I'll try to research on that and put a video. Are you sure they'll display the question? Yes, they'll display the question. So for all of these, and then you'll have to type it out. Okay. Okay. I hope you saw these three questions. Let me move over to the next one. Free speech. So the last section is actually free speech. A topic will be given. You must speak for a duration of 45 seconds. 30 seconds will be given for preparing it. Okay. Okay. So topic, you can some kind of topic you can get are, so what do you do in your free time, who is your role model, and what do you think of AI, will it take over humans jobs, questions like that. Free speech, just general topics. You won't get technical, mostly just general topics, but you will have time to prepare for 30 seconds, and then 45 seconds you'll have to speak on it, right? So while preparing, I would suggest you to keep a note aside, and then point out the points that you want to talk during it. Okay, you point out the points, you try to remember it, form sentences in your head, and just talk on it. That's it, just 45 seconds, it will just go in a split second. Okay, guys. Yeah, so this is all about the sections that I've talked about everything. I'll do a separate video answering your queries, right? So I'll just, I've got so much of queries. Let me just, screenshot everything. Yeah, I'll just keep it aside. This is fine. Okay. Abhishek sir, can we use wireless Bluetooth earbuds for taking test? Actually, Abhishek, in the mail they would have mentioned it. If not, they've mentioned it. If they've not mentioned it, you can use it, but I would not suggest Bluetooth because sometimes it might not, track the Bluetooth. It might not receive properly. I just want you to use wired headset. Always for communication test, wired headset is the best. Okay, can we write in a textbook then speak? Yes, you can write, but make sure to keep it discreet. Don't come with any objects in the camera itself because it might detect as malpractice. Yes, you can write aside like 3 to 5 second point, but always maintain eye contact with your camera. So if you are afraid of malpractice, like if you're afraid that malpractice will be caught, like it will mark it as malpractice. No, like sometimes we don't do anything and then it will mark it as malpractice. Like the same way, if you like bend down and write, it might mark it, right? So if you're really afraid of that, you can just mentally note the points out. Okay, I've given you a solution for those two. Chirag has said, I've given mine to SVAR test where fill the blank section were asked verbally. Are you sure for Wipro the fill in the blanks will be asked, will be visible on screen? Okay, Chirag, okay. I see that for a mind to SVR, if they've asked it like that. So I'll make sure to ask interview experience and put a video on that. As far as per my knowledge, it will be displayed, but I will update you on that. Okay, please do wait, within tomorrow I'll just update you on that. Okay, use system audio. Actually, it is advisable to use earphones or headphones because only earphones and headphones, they receive the audio perfectly. The system audio might not do it. Okay, it might catch on some stray noises or anything, and you are sitting here and it is pretty close here, like the reception will not be proper. I will always suggest you to use earphones or headphones, basically wired. Okay, I hope that answered your question. Okay, so this is all about this. So in this session I talked about all the sections in here. and example questions and example things, and I've got the queries that you people have asked. I'll note it down and I'll put a separate videos for that. If my answer was not like like satisfied for you, okay, I'll put a definite video, or even in another live session I'll come up and then put questions, like example questions, and even answering your queries. Okay, so this is the thing actually. So please do read your mail properly. In this, if they've mentioned somewhere that you can't use Bluetooth, or while taking the assessment also, it may, if it might not detect, please be careful with it. Please be prepared with a wired headset. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this session. So please do give me a subscription for my YouTube channel. This will be really useful for you. I try to update technical related things. So, and many such contents are in my YouTube channel. So please do subscribe to me. Like, if this session was informative for you, please do like it. And then I've got Python shorts, Java shorts, coding questions, and etc. I've got a friend, a colleague who is also helping me with preparing the videos. So yeah, please do watch and give like and comment in case of any queries. Please do give me a subscription. Okay, let me just go over to the comment chat one more time and then we can say it. Okay, Abhishek has said thank you, ma'am. Sakshi, thank you, ma'am. You're welcome. Thank you so much for attending this live and asking questions and making this really engaging. I really enjoyed helping you people. I'll make sure to answer every questions properly. Okay. Okay. So thank you so much for coming. I'll see you in another video or even another live